Hi everyone. In today's video, I will show you how to handle payload issues on Excel large data set with Office script and Power Automate. Like, for example, if we want to copy the data from one sheet to other sheet or one file to different file, obviously we will store the data into the array, then we will move like a copy and paste. So for that, if the data is around above 10K or 15K, obviously we cannot store entire data. Just assume, see, in my case, I took the data size is 100K. This is a sample data set, cement industry related dummy data I took. So here 100K data is there. Sorry, not this one. Yeah, this is the main source sheet. Entire data is there, 100K. I cannot store. If I do this, if I store entire data into the array, it will throw payload issue. So how we can solve these issues? What is the best method and with optimized technique? That is I'm going to explain clearly. So here I'm going to delete this temporary filter data sheet. The earlier I have processed this one. Let me delete. Yeah. So using Office script and Power Automate, we can. So for this one already I built a workflow and Office script code as well. So to uh, so for this one we need I took three Office script small scripts. I will show you the each script code as well in this video. See here, this is the flow, simple flow. So this simple flow, it will achieve the effectively we can move the data from one sheet to other sheet as well as one file to other file here. Okay, see this much of actions is required, and then I'm jumping into the I will show you the code simply for you. Let's go through flow. So here the first I took run script SharePoint get filter data. Initially I have my data having 100K, but instead of taking entire data, first I am taking uh, filtering the data just here in the region column. With any one of the region, I'm copy and pasting into the temporary sheet here in the same file. After that, from that temporary sheet, I will copy that temporary sheet data and move into the different file. Okay, see this one. Inside the do until the actions, it will uh, help to copy the data from one file to other file. And above this one, this is the script get filter data. It will copy the data from first the main sheet to the temporary sheet. Let me show you the code just for your understanding. See here I have written, so script Office script get filter data. I will show you the code here itself, and then we will run the flow as well. So the simple code, how we can handle this issue, the is with the chunk and batch method. Yeah, so the instead of taking entire data, we will take chunk, we will store the data into the arrays, the chunk method. So this is the best approach to handle large data set. Especially see here I'm see here you can see each and every chunk. Here I took a chunk size is 5,000. Even till 10,000 we can try, but more than around 10,000 11,000 it's not possible, it will throw errors. Okay, and then this is a simple code. Here you can see I have written some simple validation as well to check mandatory columns, and then this is my range. So to this is, it will give the console full how many rows and columns, and then the temporary sheets I am creating here, and then moving first initially header from original sheet to the temporary sheet. Then here I have chunk loop. So here I took two loops. This is the first loop, outer loop and inner loop. So the outer loop, it will process entire data each chunks wise. Each every time each iteration it will take 5,000. So it will keep on process. First iteration 5,000, second iteration 5,000, 1 to 10,000, then 10,000, 1 to 15,000, like that it will work. And inside here you can see the inside loop here. um, we will already I told you, instead of taking entire data, we are uh, applying one more logic, that is the filter logic. So for that one, here after taking the 5,000 data, inside the 5,000 data, here I am filtering the condition is this one, region field equal to my required the region name, east, west, south, north, anything. Okay, so this one here, instead of hard coded, I am getting the input value. Here you can see region string from the flow itself. Here I'm passing, and then after this one, this is a simple code. Then see here, inside the for loop, this is the in-memory technique. It will not take much time. It's not a Excel API. It's in the fly itself. It will very fast. It will process the for loops, and then it will each iterate. It will push into the part object. Then entire part. Here I'm writing. Here I'm writing into the new sheet. See here. And then after this one, just to console, just for our understanding purpose, this is the script. And the next one is here inside do until. The do until, what it will do first, the uh, this script, it will copy from this sheet, temporary sheet. Here you can see, let me run this one. Here, from here also we can call, and even from the flow also we will test once again. Let me pass, let me share best. Okay, yeah, meanwhile let's see. Here the copy chunk means it will copy the data each again. Here also chunking method, and then instead of taking entire data, so this is the script. The name is copy chunk data. Let me open that script. See, this is a processing. Here you can see each and every time, here the total rows 1 lakh, and then processed each every time it is taking 1,000 to 5,000. Out of this 5,000, it filtered, I mean our west related data, it filtered 1204 rows, 1204 rows. Similarly, each chunk it is filtering and taking the data. After taking, immediately it will paste into the temporary sheet. Here you can see. And then yeah, this is done. See, it processed around 20 iterations, each time 5,000. Then uh, here the sheet completed. We got to the temporary filter data. Here you can see around 24,000 rows we got it. Same, this is the data we will copy from here and we will paste into the different Excel file. So let me explain the other script as well. That is the copy chunk data. Yeah. So here you can see the two parameters in the here in the name, function name. One is the one is the rows and has more. These two parameters it is coming from here itself. Here you can see page. Page means every, basically here using with the do until process. Each time we are processing here. See here in this one I took batch every time 2,000 only. It means based on the data it will take multiple iterations. Suppose for this case it will take around 24,000 plus data is there, close to 20, it means around 12 13 iterations it will take, each every time 2,000. So maximum 13 iterations it will take, right? So to how many iterations it is required to handle that one, effectively do until I took, and then each and every time after copy and pasting, then I'm checking. After pasting the data, I will check the using some logics, the data is still is there or not after then. So say like that way, here I'm passing value JSON page as well. So here let me show me the code for this one for your understanding. Here also one small validation is there, and then example, see here why I return the copy chunk data with custom fields means instead of taking entire data here in this data set, we have around 20 fields is there. Instead of 20, if my requirement is uh, only required only just a few columns, in that case we can take only related columns, no need to take entire data set. So just that will reduce the time and that increase the fast as well. And so that's why here I have written, but it's optional. If we want, we can pass here the header name, otherwise we can skip directly. Calculation, I am doing page calculation for how many rows I'm copying. After copying, where I have to mm, I mean the from which row I have to copy. Initially we will copy the first row, after that from 2001, and after that 4001, in that way till what is the last row as well. So to handle that one, first row to last row, each chunk wise, I am using here math, one of the technique as well, because the last iteration time we don't to take the last number. Like suppose if the data set every time first except the last iteration we will take, every time we'll take 2000, but last iteration we don't take entire last mm, that one. Instead of that one, see suppose in this case 20 24,866, in that case the 12th iteration it will take 24,000. After 13th iteration 24,001 to 24,866 only, instead of 26,000. Okay, I mean last iteration we don't take entire 2000 data rows, whatever the data is there, till here only we will copy the data. So to handle that one, here I have used math minimum rows. And after this one, so I will provide this script and flow in the video description as well, you can find out there. And this much of the code, it is very optimizing technique, very super fast, effectively it will work. I have used this type of techniques in many projects, in my projects. And then it will provide finally return rows has more these two parameters it will throw out. Then based on this one, uh, while pasting the here while pasting chunk script, those I will use here. See here, after copy this entire data, it will load into the object that we are passing. Here we are using that one, the dynamic content. And then page means just to handle the where it has to paste. Same here, where from the which row it has to copy, from row number, from which row to which row, and here also paste from which row to which row we need to paste. So to handle this one dynamically, it will work everything. There is no any static. Okay, and then I will quickly show you the paste code as well here. Then we will run the flow. Uh, okay, before basically this flow, it will take around maybe 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes. So first I will run the flow, then I will explain the paste chunk data remaining things as well, to just to save time. Yeah, let me test this one manually. Let me explain this one, the third script, that is paste chunk data. Yeah, so this is very simple code, not much lengthy, this much is enough. Okay, just directly see here the two inputs of data we are receiving from the script, value JSON. This is our data set. From the above copy script is there, from there we are getting our entire object, JSON object, the data set. Then page number it will handle, the page number it will increment every time. First iteration time 1, second iteration 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Based on that one, here I'm checking each and every time. There and here one common thing is whatever we are maintaining the batch number in the copy script, same batch number here also we have to maintain, right? That is one condition. If you take there 3000, here also need to maintain 3000. And then effectively there exactly copy the 3000 data set, here also paste the 3000 data set, and start row, end row, everything it will work properly. And after this one, see validation, then directly here just first time, this here what is this one, first time we will receive the first iteration time we will receive the data set with the headers. Next time onwards we don't get headers, right? So to handle that one, here I have done small extra logic. And then write method, see this much of code, okay. And then here I have written console as well. Let's see the output. Almost it is taking 3 minutes basically, yeah. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it's done. I'm closing this. Let me expand this one until here also we can see the log. See, this is the same thing when we ran the through of a script in the Excel. Here we can see this is the same log. Here also we can see the logs. Here this is the first iteration time, page is one. Next iteration time, each and every time the iterations page it will increment. It will dynamically this will use. And then here paste chunk. Here you can see the logs. Third page 2000 rows written successfully, and last chunk it will take some different number, not 2000. And here every incremental we are increasing incremental this one, it will has more, it will provide the data is available or not. Next iteration I have to take or not, it will help for next iteration. For it will help for loop, do until loop. And see, this much is enough. I think I have explained everything. The flow also done. Let's open the output. I'm closing the input file. Output files. See this one, latest file yesterday 18 hours ago, this one. So in the code, the dynamically here I am passing the north data. So that's why you can see the north data set in the output sheet. Output. This is the sheet one. See here, this is the region is the C. North data we have received. So this data from the input file, the temporary sheet, from temporary sheet, copy and pasting in this destination file. Here entire data, all columns we have took. If we need there in the code, we can update required columns simply. Yeah. So there is no any payload issues. Even though if the input file having 1 lakh without filter condition also we can do. Just it will increase the time. Instead of 3 minutes, maybe it took 3 to 10 minutes. But there is no any payload issues. This is the most. It's a completely optimizing technique and uh, best method when we are working on the large Excel data sets. There is no any issues. Properly it will run the flow. No payload issues, no gateway issues, nothing. Thank you.